These days, a full grocery cart means an empty wallet.
Everything costs more, the basics, milk, bread.
Something has to be done. This is ridiculous.
Many shoppers are doing what they can to get by.
Just go in and get your groceries now, you kind of look for better deals.
I never looked for those discount stickers in my life, my entire life, but now I search them out.
Cereal costs almost 18% more compared to a year ago, baked goods nearly 15%. Prices for fresh vegetables are almost 12% higher. This independent grocer is offering imperfect produce for less.
People are looking for that deal. People are not caring as much about how pretty that apple is.
The store's suppliers are charging 20% more in some cases, and while the owners are trying not to pass that on, it's getting tough to compete with big chains.
We're just really struggling in that sense, in keeping up with the costs and as well keeping items on our shelves for our customers.
There are a lot of factors driving this. Fertilizer is more expensive, bad weather is hurting crops, and Russia's war on Ukraine is driving up global grain prices. Consumers are also paying more for cars and furniture, though average gas prices fell 7% last month compared to the month before.
We're headed in the right direction, I think, as supply chains adjust and as demand gradually cools in response to higher borrowing costs, but it's still going to require some patience.
While the overall inflation rate cooled, this economist says core inflation, which strips out volatile items like food and energy, is still too hot.
History shows cooling these effects through higher borrowing costs is the better route usually.
So experts say the Bank of Canada has more work to do, and many predict interest rates will go up by 50 to 75 basis points next week.
So none of this is good, but I think the bottom line is that people just want to know, is there any relief in sight when it comes to food prices?
In the short term, Adrienne, there's not a lot. The Canadian dollar is really weak right now, so all of those fresh fruits and vegetables that we import over the winter are going to cost more, and unfortunately, those costs will likely show up on grocery bills. In the longer term, economists tell me that prices for some things like bread and cereal will eventually come down maybe a little bit, but for some items, this is the new normal. The really important thing, though, is that food prices overall grow at a more manageable pace instead of the double-digit increases we've been seeing.
Well, that will be a help. All right, Nisha Patel, thank you.
You're welcome.